For my next trick, I will need here a standard pack of playing cards. And I need the spectator to choose 2 of these cards. In this case, let's pretend the spectator wants those 2 cards. In this case, the 3 of spades and the 10 of spades. At this point, I would give the cards to the spectator. He doesn't have to memorize the cards. I just want them, or I just want him or her to check them out. And we don't need the remaining cards for this effect. Now, once the spectator has checked them out, I want the spectator to give me either the 3 or the 10 of spades. Okay, let's say the spectator wants to give me the 10 of spades, and he has to hold on the 3 of spades because he's gonna do the same things I'm gonna do right now. The first thing is easy. I want the spectator to balance his card, in this case the 3 of spades, on his middle finger. The easiest way to do that is just to place your middle finger in the middle of the card, okay, and then slowly go away with your thumb, and it should balance on top of your on top of your middle finger, and of course you can just move it around without the use of glue or anything like that. Now the second thing I'm gonna try is harder, and by the way, usually most of the spectators are able to do that because it is not that hard to do. But this time I want the spectator to use his index finger to balance the card, but this time it is not gonna be in the middle. This time I want the spectator to use one of those 4 corners. Okay, in this case I'm gonna use here the non-pipped corner. Okay, I want the spectator to place it on his index finger, okay, and just hold on the card with your other hand so it doesn't fall because of gravity. At this point we're gonna start at the same time. Slowly go away with your index finger of the other hand, and just like so, the card should balance on top of your index finger. You can move around without the use of strings or anything like that. And of course, if the spectator can do that, you can give both cards to the spectator as a souvenir. And of course, if he was able to do that, if he managed to do that, then he's a pro. So here is the explanation for this effect. Now, this effect uses a gimmick, okay? It is basically a piece of card. Okay, it is a square, and there's enough place for a coin that can be sticked on it using super glue. Okay, and on the other side there is double-sided tape. Okay, I just prefer to tap on it a little bit so it is not that sticky. Okay, and that's basically your gimmick. And I like to use a square here. It doesn't have to be a perfect square, but it is easier to pull later on. And before you get started with the trick, you just have it in your pocket. In my performance, I just place it on the table because of the video you can't see it. But in a real performance, you would have it in your pocket. Okay? In this case, I will just leave it on the table and I will tell you what you should do in the real performance. Now, since the gimmick is now in your pocket, you're ready to go. You need the spectator to pick 2 cards. Okay? And they can look at them. You say don't remember them, just take a look at them. As they are looking at the cards, or as he or her are looking at the cards, you are going to move the deck into your pocket. And you have plenty of time and plenty of misdirection because they are checking out the cards. Now you have the time to place the cards into your pocket, okay, into the pocket where you have the gimmick. And as you place them into your pocket, what you're going to do is you are going to palm off your gimmick. Okay, you want the side with the double-sided tape looking upwards, so the coin is touching your fingers. Okay, and this is very easy to feel because the coin is very easy to feel, obviously. Okay, so you put away the deck, palm off the gimmick. Okay, so the side with the double-sided tape is looking upwards. I usually palm the card in between my ring and middle finger. Okay, usually it hides it, but I just have my index finger on top of them, so there is no chance for the spectator to see my gimmick. Okay, and don't make a big deal of it, just relax, have your hands next to your pocket because you don't use it at the moment. That would be the natural move you would do in a real performance. Okay, now you ask the spectator to give you one of the cards. In this case, let's say the Jack of Clubs. Now you want the spectator to follow your instructions. Now the first thing you want them to do is to balance the card on their middle finger, okay? So, and you explain them how they're gonna do it, so no one is gonna fail. Okay, and until now no one failed in the first step. You just ask them to place their middle finger in the middle of the card, turn it around, move away your thumb, and it balances. You can make them move around, Okay, if they let it fall down, no problem, it is allowed for everyone. And then as you're talking, you say that you're gonna do it a little harder. And as you're saying this, you can take the card, place it into your hand, and it covers the gimmick. So it is a wonderful position for you. Okay, so you can show two hands empty, just one hand with a card. Then what you have to do is, since the tape is not that sticky, you are able to move the gimmick, okay, on the back of the card. And you want to balance, you want to stick it on one of the corners. Okay, it doesn't have to be square with the edges. Okay, it is enough if it's that much away from the corner or that much. Once it is on one of the corners, and you don't have to make a big deal of it again, because they are not looking at your hand, you just give them instructions, you say, take the card, okay, this time we're gonna try something different, so they are listening to you, and they don't know what to do, and they don't know for what they have to look for. Now, the card, the gimmick is stuck to the card, okay, if you shake it, it falls of course, but if you just stay here calm, nothing is gonna happen. Now you're ready to perform it. You say that this time they're gonna use their index finger. The reason why I use my index finger is because the other fingers are not used for this one. Because if you would have your middle finger, it is kind of a bad situation right now because you're showing your middle finger to them and you don't want this. So the index finger is perfect for it, okay? And it kind of makes them think that this is gonna make the things harder, but it doesn't. And this time you say that you're not gonna use the middle of the card. If you want to, you can just cover the gimmick with your fingers, point to it. You say that you're gonna use one of those four corners. Okay, they make the same thing what you're doing. You say, please hold on the card with your thumb and middle finger of the other hand. Okay, and this time it is very easy for you to do that, because when you release it, the card is gonna balance on your middle finger, or actually on your index finger, because the coin holds it in position. And of course, they are not gonna manage doing it because gravity is gonna make the card fall down. At this point, you take it, everyone laughs because they couldn't do it, you could do it, it is a magical moment. And as I'm talking, what I do here is, from my point of view, I just show the card, and since it is not that sticky and since you can feel the coin, it is very easy to pull the gimmick into your palm here. Okay, palm it off, now just spin the card, and if you want, you can give the both cards to the spectator as a souvenir, okay, and the gimmick just disappears in your pocket since no one is looking at your hand. And this is gonna be the end of the trick. It is very fun to perform. It is not one of these tricks where you say, pick a card. It is basically kind of an illusion. You can have different stories when you perform it. I like the spectator to do the same things I'm doing here. And that's basically it. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I really would like you to perform it. If you liked it, please rate the video with a thumbs up. That's it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I see you next time.